The traditional Haka form can be seen by the world as something quite aggressive or something quite powerful and strong. And in the world of rugby, people just, were so attracted to this power. And people don't understand that Haka is a message. And there's many, many different messages. For me, Haka comes from the silence, coming from the connection and the subtlety, acknowledging our vulnerability, our sensitivity, and with this connection, then you can bring outwardly this power. Iruya irangi atea matariki atariki.
Bonjour à tous, j'ai eu le grand plaisir de recevoir Waimaania et Ojasvin, créateurs du Healing Haka, le Haka de Guérison. Ojasvin est Maori, il a grandi avec les traditions de ses ancêtres en Nouvelle-Zélande avant de venir en Europe. C'est sa grand-mère qui lui a transmis à l'origine le Healing Haka. Waimaania a grandi en Suisse dans un environnement très connecté, sensible au travail corporel, la géométrie sacrée et la danse, avant de partir vivre plus de 10 ans en Nouvelle-Zélande aux côtés d'Ojasvin. Ils sont désormais installés en Suisse où ils continuent de développer et transmettre le Healing Haka. Ils vont partager avec nous un bout de leur histoire, ce qui les a menés à partager aujourd'hui le Healing Haka partout dans le monde, ainsi qu'un rituel et un chant. Et ils nous expliqueront ce qu'est le Healing Haka et en quoi il est transformateur. Je vous souhaite une belle découverte.
Hello.
Hello. Wow. What a beautiful introduction. Thank you.
We were just warming up our voices.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so happy to spend this moment with both of you. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
Oh, you're welcome.
I think you have a lot of beautiful and very helpful wisdom to share with people. And there's a lot of subjects I want to talk about, so maybe let's begin, if you're okay with that, to have enough time.
We would love to begin by opening the sacred space with a prayer. The Maori call this the karakia, and this will help to keep the space safe and pure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We always light a candle.
I love candles.
Haere mai tahika tuatahi haere mai rai haere mai ki roto o tēnei wānanga o tēnei wānei e haere mai rai.
Ka hihi, ka kori, ka puawai, ka whakaara e. Tōku hene ngaro hei whakamana ai. O ku whakaaro ko te pauri tonu ko te pō, te kore ka tipu tonu mai te haiata ki te rāwhiti. Ka tū te ao, ka umere te ao, ka piki te rā ki te rangi ti hei. Mauri ora, mauri a mai, te manaakitanga. Mō te kaihanga o ngā mea katoa ko i o matua. Nea tātou nei tūpuna pūritia mai rā, te tika hei kōrero. Pūritia mai rā te pono hei wānanga. Pūritia mai rā te aroha he awhi te manawa tangata. Tūturu whakamaua kia tina.
Tina.
Hau me hui e, taiki e.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Can you tell us more about this prayer? What was the meaning?
For us, karakia is all about karakia meaning prayer or incantation. It's a way that we connect with all of who we are. We're not just a physical being. We see ourselves as a multi-dimensional being, for now having a human experience. So by having this space to connect with all of who we are, to connect with the space, to the time, to our ancestors, to the invisible world, and especially to the divine source, the creator. And this helps us to create the space so it's safe. And that's important for us, that everyone is safe.
I like you talk about safety because in the spiritual community, we sometimes hear that there's no need for protection because if we are in love, we are protected. What do you think about that and why you are full of love? Why do you think it's important to be safe and protected?
I believe that when we are in the love, then we are protected. Most of us are on the journey towards the complete pure love. So that means we also need to take care of spaces. We often teach about keeping our space safe in order so that the peace can grow within our space. It's not so much about fighting against somebody or being against, it's more for the guiding of the space. So it's a different perspective, is to keep safe in the space where we are having peace and just making clear boundaries to anybody who doesn't understand what that means. Often it's not about somebody wants to harm. It's most of the time people do not understand what they do. And so we just make sure that we don't have too many unconscious things happening in a space.
I want to also support Waimaania, what she said about love. Many of us are on this journey toward pure love, and this, once again, purity. Our perspective is from the pure source. All of creation came in resonance and in harmony. And on the earth in particular, throughout the ages, there was many manipulation and distortion of this harmony and this alignment. So this is where on another level, we need to take care of this space, so to protect or help us stay in this alignment and this purity and this resonance with the pure energies.
I love that. Like, it's like what you say, taking care of ourselves, of the space, and not in fear. Protection is just taking care of ourselves and our space. So beautiful.
Yeah, and it's also this journey toward the love is about consciousness and awareness. And so many of us, because we're on the journey of becoming more and more aware, many of us are not aware of the invisible worlds or those other more subtle frequencies that the mass of humanity aren't aware of or aren't sensitive to. And so this is also another realm that we are asking for protection.
Can you share who you are, where you come from, your upbringing, first careers maybe? What made you connect or reconnect with spirituality? Waimaania?
So I was born in Switzerland. My mother came from Eastern Germany, close to the Russian border. And we found out I have some ancestry towards Mongolia and naturally some German. Slavic, different kind of streams. And through my father, Switzerland and Italian and English probably. So a good mix of ancestors. I was born, I just remembered, I probably was 5 years old when I did my first ritual by myself, and I understood that my neighbors were not so fond of it because I went to the forest by myself and I was doing a ritual with candles as a 5-year-old child, and people started to worry about it. So I understood that humans, are complicated around rituals. So I think I reduced a little bit my activity, and but I had the opportunity to join the Steiner School, and it was very much rituals in everyday life through the schooling. So that was a very good thing. And so I don't know, I think I never had a moment when I don't remember being spiritually connected. So it was just, that was luckily part of my life from the beginning, because I think otherwise I would not have survived if I didn't have this link. It was also part of I think my mother, luckily, she also believed very strongly in these beautiful supports that we would get from the spiritual world. And my father was very connected. I think there was some, shamanic gifts that he never lived fully, but I have a feeling it was transmitted to me.
Wow.
I had someone ask me, Ojasvin, are you a shaman? And I said, yes, in France I am. But at home in Aotearoa, New Zealand, I am just who I am. Shamanism, spirituality, in the true sense of our tikanga, of our tradition, there's no separation of spirituality or these shamanic capacities. So on one side, I grew up with it, but there were different phases where it deepened, and I grew up and meeting Waimaania on the way, we recognized each other and felt the deep calling to grow together and travel the world with this Healing Haka instrument that we are even still discovering its potential even to today. Even though we've been teaching it around the world for more than 20 years, nearly in 20 countries, it's still unfolding, and
Can you tell us more about how you met?
That's funny.
I let you tell your version.
Well, it depends on when you are asking. Are you talking about this lifetime or the last one or the one before?
All of them.
Oh. Yeah, it was probably the first time that I consciously met Ojasvin when I was around 26, and I had a spiritual visit of someone, and my parents, they had passed away when I was 18, 19 years old, and they were very, very close to me all the time. So we were talking a lot. And then one day they came and said, sorry, we have to leave. We have to go to another star constellation, and we have no time anymore to be here because it will cost us too much energy to come forwards and backwards. So we found you some friends. And one of my friends was Ojasvin, they introduced me to. And so yeah, I really enjoyed his company, and then I met him physically 2 years later. So it was a very interesting meeting.
Shall I continue? So we both are very fortunate to had the privilege to learn from a spiritual teacher known as Shin. And I was learning alongside Shin then. I can't remember what year.
When we met, 2003.
Here we go, 2003. And Shin was teaching us about the Celtic tradition and where the word Luzern, the roots of the word Luzern comes from, the name of the city in Switzerland. And I was just like, wow, Luzern, this Hirsch, dear God, bringing the cosmic light down into the earth. And I could relate to that story with Tane Mahuta, who's this big god of the forest, like a tree, and bringing the light down into the earth. And so I was there with Shin, learning about this Celtic tradition, and I met her in a hallway.
Yeah, between two doors.
Between two doors. And when I first met her, it felt like old friends, very natural. And I said to her, do we know each other?
And were you conscious you were like talking to her for 2 years before?
Well, actually, I was, that time, I believe, in a Celtic ceremony. I believe it was a Beltane festival. And I was lonely for a partner on this journey. And I really wanted to go on a journey with a partner. And I was very sad at this moment. And normally I'm bringing this Haka energy and getting the people fired up and getting them to bring their energy for the festival to celebrate the Celtic tradition. But something was painful in my heart, and I called her Matua. I said, Matua, I would like to be with a woman on this journey. It's nice to be a lonely warrior, but I really like to be with someone. And then he felt me and he closed his eyes, and then he said, all right, you come with all your ancestors, and when we ignite the fire, we send them out to look for you, a woman.
Wow.
And so during that ceremony, I believe we went out, and I believe that's when met her 2 years later.
It's so magical. So you met in Switzerland?
Yes.
Oh, just meant you were in Switzerland.
Yes.
I was gifted a flight to New Zealand and I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going there.
No.
Preferred Hawaii.
Oh, Jasmine, what brought you in Switzerland?
This spiritual teacher called Shin arrived a few years before in New Zealand, in the Auckland City Town Hall, and I didn't know who he was. It was a coincidence or a weaving of arrangement, cosmic arrangement, and a woman, a friend who was a disciple of Shin, asked myself and my brother if we could perform some haka and some songs for this teacher who's giving this conference in the Auckland Town Hall. So we said, yeah, great. And we really had this profound meeting. And a year later, he invited me to Switzerland. And then basically my life changed, and I went strongly on this spiritual journey with him around the world, throughout Europe, bringing my tradition on my shoulders, but we were like learning and sharing together. And so along the way, I met this one, and then we went on another amazing journey with Shin.
Amazing. And Waimaania, when did you go finally to New Zealand?
Can't even remember. I think it was 2006, something like this. So 3 years later after we met.
And what was like your feeling? How did you live this adventure, this new discovery of a new culture? Did you feel like a calling or something that resonated with you?
Yeah, for me it was really like when we had an arrangement, Ojasvin and I, to meet each other just before Christmas in 2003. And then Ojasvin had a little incident, like somebody stole his passport and computer and everything, and he was supposed to go to Rome that very night. He was also supposed to visit me quickly in Switzerland, and then I said, oh, I don't think you can cross the border without any help. You might need support to come across the border. So I said, I'm going to bring you to Rome by train. So I decided not to go home, but to just catch a train with Ojasvin to Rome on that night. And so that was an important moment. So I speak a little bit of Italian. I could explain the situation very well and make those people leave him alone. And we just traveled together to Rome, and that was the opportunity to spend more time together. And I helped for Ojasvin to get his emergency passport so he could fly back for Christmas to be with his family. And he had an arrangement to go to Rai Television to perform there, and so we had time together. For some reason, we were hanging out in his friend's lounge, and we were I remember the light was coming in beautifully into that lounge, and Ojasvin was sharing about his grandmother's haka that he co-wrote together with his grandmother, and I felt something was resonating. I was just preparing at that time. I was preparing to go on the big stages and to do theater and dance and performances. And then when I heard this calling, I was really touched. It was something like I heard there's a key in this haka and in this dance that might help humanity to rise its consciousness. And that was the first spark of this co-working. And we said, oh, let's see what happens and meet again when you come back from New Zealand. So in 3 or 4 months, we will see each other again and we see what we're going to do.
Wow.
Yeah, so that spark really happened in Rome. But this spark has brought us this far together, and the Healing Haka is a co-creation, and it wouldn't be how it would be now without Waimaania. It's a very precious co-creation of both sides. It's very important. The Healing Haka, we were told by a Maori elder who taught kapa haka, traditional kapa haka, for many, many years. And this elder said, I was waiting for the next evolution of haka, and you have it. This is it. And we looked at each other, and we knew, but we're still understanding what it is. We understand a lot because we've had many years of experience, how it's been impacting many people's lives.
Yes, your work is amazing. Where can you tell us where does Haka comes from, and what is different and maybe similar with your Healing Haka, what you created?
Beautiful question.
Beautiful question. You want to begin?
Well, I can share mainly about the part that we share. So coming from a Steiner background, we have sacred body geometry as education from 6 years old. I had 12 years of it, and when I looked at the haka, I could understand there's a lot of sacred body geometry, so it spoke to me immediately. And coming from a dance background, I could see the benefits of this haka and how it could center people. And for me, it was right from the beginning very important that people wouldn't copy what they see, but have a process to transform the energy within themselves and experience it, having a true experience of the energy. And so we worked through all these elements together, and we added a lot of elements in order for people to have more sensitivity, the breath, the voice, the movement, the fineness in the movement, the experiencing of energy itself, for people to have a real experience of the energy of the Haka flowing through them, which is the life-changing experience from my understanding. And so this is the healing Haka. It's not just Haka dancing like the Maori people, but to really go into the sacred aspect of it. And also I studied quite a bit of Polynesian, Hawaiian elements of dance and healing and all that. And so I understood very much that if I have a thought and I speak it and I move it and I bring it into this existence, I can actually change worlds. So I could see how this is a real ancient sacred form of manifestation process.
Yes, and we can see that kind of process in every culture. And that's amazing that you created this sacred form of Haka and that is multidimensional and that can help people to live this energy through their bodies, because spirituality is also like anchoring the energy and living on the earth. So sometimes a lot of people are only on the energy side of spirituality, but the body is an amazing part of spirituality. So important.
Like I mentioned, Healing Haka is like an evolution or a branch from Haka, and the traditional Haka form can be seen by the world as something quite aggressive or something quite powerful and strong. And in the world of rugby, people just, were so attracted to this power. And people don't understand that Haka is a message, and there's many, many different messages. My father, our elder, who we refer to, who's also on our trust board giving us advice, he said Haka is a prayer. And so Healing Haka's intention is healing. So what we say, what we concentrate on, our intention is all in the line of healing. So that's another intention. And it's because of the cutting of the roots here in Europe centuries before, there's a big longing to reconnect. This soul is longing for this to reconnect, and there's this big attraction to go out to other cultures. So Waimaania and I are always reminding people, we are not here to teach you how to be a Maori. We're helping you to feel how it feels. And then we begin in the processes of healing those roots and reconnecting with our ancestry, remembering the cell memory in the body. And Haka is bringing people into the navel wisdom center and the heart center. This one is overloaded, and it doesn't understand those deeper fields of information, and this is where Healing Haka is very powerful.
Oh. So there are a lot of different hakas. There is no like one and only haka, and you can just create another one for a specific purpose, like you said, for healing. And I think you teach a lot of them, a lot of different hakas.
You want to share about our festival?
All right.
Or you can share what you feel.
So, like one of the situation that we have at the moment in Aotearoa, which is the name of New Zealand, old name of New Zealand. There's a lot of struggle at the moment for cultural identity and holding on to their roots and to what is belonging to them. So for us, we really have a lot of respect for this and would like to really feel the Maori people feel safe also, that nothing that belongs to the culture is getting taken away from them. So we are really in a fortunate situation that Ojasvin is a very creative being and has created like the Urimara Matoa Healing Haka, the first one together with his grandmother, the second one with his family, the Pauira. After that followed, I think, the Karanga Io, the calling of the new time that we co-created together. Then we co-created together Taramu. So there's many different haka. At the moment, there's 8 that we are teaching just from our background. Like I'm teaching a woman healing haka that was written by Ojasvin's mother, Waiarangi Davis.
Wow.
So we have this opportunity to share from our good without taking anything away from anybody else, which is very, very important to us.
Yes, and to create something that resonates with people all around the world, because if you take something from a specific culture and you do it with people that are not from that culture, not in that country, not on that land, that doesn't make any sense. It's like using a tool that don't really resonate with people as much as creating something that is like universal, because we all are energy in every culture, on every land. Like people were doing similar things, but with different colors, with different way of doing things. We can share the essence, but then I think people need to find their way through this. So that's very important.
We love teaching in our 3-year formation. Our 3-year formation is called Hakarongo Ayo, how to dance your life into peaceful harmony. And these people are with us for 3 years. So we get the opportunity to go deep and share about these values, these traditional values that we call tikanga. And they have in the background all this understanding. And if they choose to, they can choose to take one of our elements, like a haka, or they come onto our haka ora teaching formation, but they get given all the background. So we see many people in the world teaching haka, but I feel they're missing the deeper background, and so it's coming from their level of understanding, and we are like guardians in this respect in this side of the world, and doing our best to monitor and to educate people. The other day we looked on Instagram and there was a group, one man and a group of women, and they were all poking out their tongues, and they were expressing they were in a haka seminar. And in reality, this is very disrespectful for our culture. the woman never poke their tongue. In our tradition, this is the male instrument, and the woman have another way to express. Theirs is hidden, and the male is upright and showing. And this is an understanding, and this is a background, so it needs education. And this is what we're about. Healing Haka is also about educating.
It's so important because we have to understand what we are doing. It can be disrespectful when we don't know, and it also can be dangerous for some kind of practices. So I like you teach for 3 years. Like, it shows that you can't know something, understand, and practice a really deep form of every kind of practice if you don't spend the time to learn. Because today we have a lot of fast food spirituality.
You took the words out of my mouth.
But spirituality is so deep. It's important to take the time to really learn, to really feel, to understand. Like you said, it's so multidimensional. You can't learn anything in like a day or two. That makes no sense. The ancient people, like, they spend their lives learning about that. And you said yourself, you're still learning about Healing Haka. So I think it's very, very important to share about that.
We love people come, like, we have many people that come for many years to the same Haka seminar we have in Germany, like for 8 years consequently. We have the same Haka, and we have people come every single year back to the same work. And some people after 7 years, they say, oh, now I understand.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
How beautiful. It made me think about a very important teacher in karate, in martial arts. At 80, he said, oh, now I think I begin to understand one of the most basic movement. So yes, and we never end. It's never ending, this kind of learning, because it's some form of art, and I think people would benefit to see how it's a way of living. It's an adventure, and it's not just some checkbox, but something you have to embody and to learn to live and relive through all your life. So it's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, I feel our work is very soul. It's for the soul. Soul engagement, it's soul purpose. And soul means we want to go deep. We want to feel and hear our heart's calling, our heart desire, and the Healing Haka is helping us to face the fear and bring the courage to go forward and really give ourselves permission that we deserve full happiness, or we deserve to be fully loved. And there is this modern mentality that doesn't want to go deep, because we believe there's a lot of layers of trauma that we would need to look at if they want to fulfill their soul. So we've really developed over the years many skills to guide people's souls into this healing process. For example, with the ancestors, a lot of historical trauma has come through with beautiful gifts and also with heavy things, but together we've managed to bring big groups together to really transform all of these historical traumas. but this is deep work. It's not just coming and having a good time and ticking the box. And I learned Haka in a day. And
at the same time, I feel it's the thing to do at the moment, because if we don't, we can feel it. Many people get shaken at the moment, and it's so important to look at it and to clean. And these are opportunities to do this work like in a accompanied way. And so Ojasvin and I, like the next work we are doing is a pouira, which is about the seed of life, and it's going, to plant the tree of life. And then we decided to, both of us, I studied also coaching way, and it's called soul-centered coaching. So I accompany also people individually on their journey. So we have something between the seminars when things start to move, so we can offer something. And Ojasvin studied a quantum hypnosis healing practice, so accompanying people on that way. So it's just important to us that people can feel safe and have an opportunity to continue in case something starts to move.
Wow, that's amazing. And so much needed.
Yes.
I wanted also to talk about the different energies you bring, because you bring both feminine and masculine energies. And how can we work today more like towards the harmonic union between the feminine and the masculine?
I was on Sunday, I had a men's work, a beautiful group in Raven Spirit. We do a lot of work in Raven Spirit here in Switzerland. And I said to the men, I believe for us to feel our masculinity and to be really a man, we need to feel our female side. For me, Haka comes from the silence, coming from the connection and the subtlety. And for me, this is like the feminine part of being in our heart and acknowledging our vulnerability, our sensitivity. And with this connection, then you can bring outwardly this power. You can show this power. And one man came all the way from France, big man, and after he was like, I don't know what it is, but every time I hear your language, I just want to cry. And I didn't know this Haka was so soft and sweet, but at the same time so powerful and strong. So I know Waimaania and I show this, and we weave this, and this is for me completing.
Thank you so much. I also experience a lot, like in my woman work, that the woman want to be like the man. It's a misunderstanding of male-female roles, I feel. There's a lot of misunderstanding. So in the Maori culture, I feel there's a beautiful way of respecting the woman, because I always say, we can speak about gender and all this, but until now, only female can give birth to the next generation, and we do need the next generation to come to the earth, because otherwise, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
So this very fact is making it so important that women are taking the courage to be a woman. And I just really honor all the women who have the courage to carry that role and bring this into the world. And the men have their really purpose next to the female to hold the space and to protect the life that is there, so we can continue on this planet as human beings and exist and bring the future generations and the new world that we are dreaming of. And so, in my understanding, there are certain roles that we have to play out separately, and then certain roles we can switch in moments. We can bring more our male side or more our female side. it's not so fixed as we often think it is. And there's
Exactly.
so much potential in a female, way beyond. And I love my woman circles where when we start, they all want to do the haka like men. So I let them try for a while, and then I guide it more into the female. And then after so often they say, oh, Waimaania, I love to be a woman.
Oh,
It is
wonderful.
beautiful.
And softness can be so powerful.
Yeah. When we have a particular dance, we shared this year in the Shaman Festival. And there's a weaving of the woman and the weaving of the men.
Wow.
And yeah, at first the woman like, oh, I want to dance like the man. And then I just say, well, that doesn't turn me on. You know, as a man, I don't get attracted to a woman who wants to try to be like me or to try be like a man. And but I really appreciate when the woman bring this femininity and this power, and then we can bring our power. And I just wanted to acknowledge Waimaania again for the role she plays as a woman, carrying this role when she performs the karanga, this grandmother call that she was taught by my mother. I couldn't really play my full role as a Maori male unless I have this woman at my side and who will open the space through this call that she did before she lit the candle. She's giving me the right to play my role. So I know some, Maori people are scratching their head, why is this white woman doing the karanga? And, but she has been initiated by my mother, and we have a purpose. And I know some people here in Europe is treating her like, what's she, trying to find the balance. But we're playing these roles, and we can only play them well and bring our message when the roles are clear.
Exactly. I lead retreats, and on the retreats, I have my man with me, and it's amazing. And every participant say the same thing, like you bring both the masculine and the feminine, and it's harmony that we need. So yeah, I totally understand. It would be a lot more difficult for me to teach and to lead a retreat without him. So yeah, we need both. We need both energies. And I think it's like the return of the what we can really call the sacred masculine and sacred feminine is both energies embodied and honored and working together. So that's beautiful. You talk also about the fact that you met before in other lifetimes.
We decided to come back in this time because this is a very particular time on the planet, and we wanted to contribute in this time together as a male female to bring the message together, and I feel this is the most important part of it. And I also, many people are doing a lot of visiting past lifetimes, and it's beautiful if we fulfill the purpose of being here today. So when I visit past lifetimes, I mainly go in there to understand my role of today and to clear old memories that are holding me back of being fully who I am. But it always has the purpose of being more here present than looking into the past and getting lost.
Yes.
We can get so easily lost in past lifetimes.
Yeah, it can be a distraction if it's only just to know and not to find useful information that can maybe sometimes explain why we are living what we are living. I think sometimes people don't understand why they are attracted to some culture or like some people who have a lot of emotions hearing another language, and sometimes we can understand if we know, like in another lifetime, okay, I was there. Maybe now I was born in some country, but we all have a lot of other cultures that live within us. And sometimes it can explain why we are so multicultural, multidimensional, and how universal everything is. But like you said, it's not just to know, but how can we use this in our life to understand that everything that we are in reality, and how we can help
One
us.
of the reasons why the Maori, from my understanding, why Maori is so vibrant and like, but in my observation, when many people are responding very strongly to Ojasvin when he sings or when he speaks. So there is a very ancient link in his bloodline to back to the primordial Mother Earth times. So I feel people can hear it in the voice, and that is one of the keys. And I mean, from my understanding, we already were here in this very old time together, in this very ancient time, and one of our tasks is to bring back the memory of this ancient time to create this new world.
I feel the main essence of our work, the Healing Haka, as an instrument, is helping people we help them to have an experience of their potential. So we align the three intelligence, the intellect, the heart, and the navel. The navel is connected to the body and the senses, so we need to experience the knowledge, we need to feel the knowledge, the intuition, and we can reflect it with the brain. But there's another aspect where Healing Haka is also connecting us, of course, to the roots and to the fire, to the power, but also to the celestial part. And this is where we honor this little spark, this little star that's not coming from Earth. It's multidimensional, and it's come here to Earth to have this schooling, this learning, to have this human experience, because there's many things it chose to experience in the navel and the heart and to manage it. And so for us, connecting to this divine atom, this pura io, we call it, is the essence of what really calls us to bring our message around the world, because people are saying now, I really want to be who I am.
Yeah.
What is this I am? It's this divine being that needs to have the space and needs to be helped to allow the human being to unfold the virtues again and to devote its service to this divine being that's waiting to bring the new world. It's not this one that's going to bring the new world. It's this divine presence that wants to emanate and radiate through every cell in our body.
So beautiful.
I was just feeling I would like to sing a song.
Yeah.
ia mai rangi a te matariki, atariki. Ia mai rangi a te matariki, tamariki. Papa ki pairu, papa ki paku, haruru ana ma. Papa ki pairu, papa ki paku, haruru ana ma. Ia mai rangi a te matariki, atariki. Ia mai rangi a te matariki, tamariki.
Thank you. You share a lot about dance, music, art, poetry. What is, maybe for a final thought, the place of art in your life, and how do you see art?
I see art as something beautiful, something that moves the soul, something that reflects the beauty of the nature, something that has a message in the heart. For me, this is art, to honor this creative process of the universe. And we are one with this.
I love that. Art is the message in the heart.
Thank you so much for your time, your presence, your energy, your love, and all the wisdom that you share. And if people want to learn more from you, I think you have a lot of events in France, near Valence, 2 hours from Lyon, from November 28th to 30th. Can you tell us more about this event?
It's the Haka, the one that I was sharing before about the tree,
The light seed.
Putting the light seed and growing the life tree.
Wow.
It's a beautiful 2.5 day
lightning
haka.
and thunder, and it's about this creative potential, and it's an experience for people to feel their potential.
And you have a men healing haka in March, so
Yes.
it's just for men.
Yes, in September we have woman, man together, but we haven't put the flyer out yet.
Oh.
And in March it's just for men.
Oh, amazing, because it's so much needed. There are a lot of events for women. Men also need their time for themselves. And you're also bringing people to New Zealand for a retreat, a sacred journey. It's in January. Can you tell us?
We still have
a
some
bit?
places left, which is very rare. Usually we are booked out around this time already.
And usually people like to jump last minute. Like last year, 6 people tried to jump on the last seat. We only take 80 people with us per year. It's intimate. It's our journey back home. So we take people back home to our family. Our family is cooking for us. We take them to meet our best friends. And we've been doing these journeys since 2010. And they're amazing experiences.
And I think people always imagine that when they go to New Zealand or Aotearoa, they go and meet Maori. And the reality shows it's nearly impossible to meet Maori just on the road like this, or very rare, or you meet them in a show, but not as a human being, and we wanted to make a cultural exchange. So this is one beautiful opportunity to really meet, to have an opportunity to talk over cooking and over washing dishes and things like this. And so that's
Of a living.
yes.
Yeah. And it's
That's
a
amazing.
sacred journey. So it's for people who really feel it in their heart that they want to go on this initiation or this journey of healing and connecting with themselves. It's not for tourists. It's for those ones who really want to go on this soul journey.
People come and they're not the same after.
Yeah, and the land, I'm sure, is
Beautiful.
so powerful.
It's summer. It's summer, you know, in January is summer. So you can swim in the ocean and
rowing the waka ama and walking in the ancient forest and
sand surfing.
Sand surfing in the far north in the open sun and swimming in the ocean, eating seafood. It's
Yes.
I want to come.
You're welcome to join us.
Thank you. And people can also begin with your book, your water book, Healing Haka, in French.
Yes, grateful Tre Daniel made us write this book. It would have never come out without them, so that's why it's in French. And it has a DVD in it.
Oh, amazing. And people can find everything, I think, on your website, grandmothershealinghaka.com.
Or you even find the book in FNAC.
And the book,
and Tre Daniel, and wherever you find books in France.
I will add all the links so people can follow you and learn about everything that you have to offer.
Our music there they can find, and we're happy to meet you all.
Thank you so much. It was really an honor and pleasure to spend this moment with you. Thank you for your amazing work and all the wisdom you share that helps a lot of people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mélodie. Thank you for inviting us, and thank you for having the time together.
Shall we close?
We close with the candle?
Yeah.
Ko i o whakatata, ko i o whata mai, ko heke heke i nuku, ko heke heke i papa. No te kore kore ka ahu mai, no ka pō takiwa, no ka pō takiwa, ka ahu mai, ka au katoa. He tākana hau ki te whai au ki te ao marama, tūturu whakamaua kia tina.
Tina.
Hau me hui e, tai ki e.
Thank you, and thank you those who are listening.
Thank you so much.
Kia ora. Thank you very much.
Mélodie.